Hello everyone, this is Chris with Hunter Education, and today we are going to play with our food. So we're going to have some fun. I chose the inspiration to play with your food for a couple reasons. One, I have two kids in the house that like to cook and like to come up with fun things to do. And I've also seen a lot of inspiration online from people coming up with creative ways to play with their food and recreate works of art. I thought it might be a fun thing to share with all of you and with my kids here at home. Also, kind of just looking at the art history of food in general, we have been kind of documenting our lives since we were able to pick up any sort of material to make marks with. And so we, as human beings, have tended to document the world around us, from animals to each other, and of course to the food and the plants that surround us. So that it makes sense that we have evidence of the food that we've eaten since the earliest times that we have art. And some of my favorite works even go back to ancient Greece and ancient Pompeii, where they had these beautiful mosaics of food and artworks about the fish and plants and fruits that they ate. So it's kind of neat to look back on that. And of course, pop artists, pop culture in the 1950s and 60s, artists like Andy Warhol and Roy Lichtenstein, who really focused in on the advertising as well as the foods we see every day in our homes, from Coca-Cola bottles, Campbell's soup cans, to delicious slices of cake and things like that. So I would like to take a moment to invite you to join me. I have some materials ready. I have a bunch of fruits and vegetables that I have cut up, as well as my canvas today is a slice of toast with avocado on it. And the reason why I chose that is I am going to be focusing on one of my favorite paintings in the Hunter collection, which is Ralph Blaylock's Landscape with Moon. I wanted to show you that. Here is a image on my computer of it, but of course you can also see it online at the Hunter collection online. It's this really beautiful landscape with lots of texture and the moon rising up over this field with lots of trees and plants. So I chose my color palette of items to reflect those things. So here I have, as I mentioned, my avocado toast. I have some kale and cilantro, blueberries, and some chopped zucchini. So I'm going to use that to make my artwork. And it's kind of fun to challenge yourself in this way. And then it's also a snack. So that is not the worst thing, right? So we all need to eat. And it's good to get in fruits and veggies. This is a fun way to do it with kids as well. And I'll show you a toast that my daughter made later at the end of this. So to get started, I really love the green and dark palette of Blaylock's painting. And when you get to see it in person, it's extremely thick. There's lots of textural elements to it where he really gouged away at the paint, and there's lots and lots of layers. So I thought that made it really fun to play with the food as well. So again, I'm starting with this lovely green, trying to match my Blaylock background with a little avocado. And I'm going to dive into some of the kind of artistic elements of it. So let's see. I'm going to kind of use this zucchini to make a tree branch like so. And there's a couple of little trees off here to the side as well. Sorry. Hope you guys can see this okay. There you go. I got my trees. And I'm going to use, I liked the edge of this kale a lot. Because it was really scraggly and rough the same way that Blaylock's branches were. And the other favorite part of the Blaylock piece is that beautiful glowing moon. So I got a little zucchini there. So I'm going to use that. I'm just going to start laying in all my curly kale bits to be that really textured branches like in his piece. I feel kind of like a food-based Bob Ross right now, making my dark curly trees. There we go. And I've got these blueberries because I thought that would kind of add, again, this sort of like dark color that is the base of the painting. Kind of create the dark landscape that he's got. I might even kind of squeeze these out a little. Sure, why not? All right. So here is my silly but delicious version of Ralph Blaylock. Here's mine. Let's take a little look. Oops. There's mine. And, sorry, one second. And then there's the original. Huh? Not too bad. So again, this is just kind of a fun pastime that you can do on your own or with friends and family or with some kids in your household. It's a fun way to create a fun snack. It's also just a fun way to kind of stretch your creativity and play around with the things you have in your home. I love playing with color and with different types of ways of being creative. As I promised, I wanted to show you, my daughter made me a self-portrait, or a portrait of me, out of snacks and blueberries and jelly and peanut butter. So it might also be a fun way to make a little gift for a loved one that you are home with these days. So maybe a fun way to kind of brighten their day, or a fun activity to make lunch a little bit more exciting instead of just another lunch at home. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is just a fun little break to play with our food. I hope you enjoy a nice afternoon snack, and we look forward to seeing you again next week on Facebook Live. Thanks so much, everyone.